And we're good. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome, one and all. We pick things up right where we left off. Well, quick recap. You've been given a quest to retrieve a rare and unknown form of healing, which meant you had to travel to the city of Denderport to contact or make contact with an orc priest there, and they would send you on the next form of your quest. You've been travelling down the Dender River. You had a few exciting things happen, travelling with a captain called Johan, did I call him? What was his name?
That was his name.
Johan and his two sons, Jamie and George. That was it. You'd had a few sort of exciting things happen along the way. You encountered a few people, fought some crocodiles, and you'd finally ended up at this small way station where they have to pick the boats up and crane them over the edge of a waterfall and place them down in the river on the side so they can continue on their way. If you unloaded all their goods, they all go around down a lift, down another way, and then load it all back up again. And you had just finished all this because you just had to clear it out from a bunch of kobolds. The workers there were under attack. You came in and saved them, and were just to finish up and ended up on your way once more to the port city of Denderport. So you're on the river, making your way. So we will begin with pretty much your arrival in the city. So you're making your way down the river. You pass in sort of trees and fields, things like that. And as you start to get close, you can start to sort of see this town in the distance. You can start to smell the coast on the air and things like that. And the final bit of travel is quite peaceful, quite pleasant. Just sort of chatting away, you're steering the boat, the boys are helping out, you're doing a little bit, you've picked up a few things on the sort of 4 or 5 days this journey's taken, and you arrive at a water gate into this sprawling sort of metropolitan area. It's got some sort of fortifications you can see as you're approaching on the water side as well, and it's splayed out across these 2 sides of the river with several large bridges between to enable ships to get in and head up the river as well. You arrive at this sort of watergate docks from the riverside, and there's a few other boats and things there. There's lots of people on the dock board, sort of stamping around, moving bits of cargo, loading ships, unloading ships. There's the sound of gulls in the air, things like that. And Johan pulls the ship into a small queue. There's sort of maybe 1 boat ahead of him that's getting inspected. And you can sort of see there's a couple of people on deck having a bit of conversation. There's a guy wandering around with a clipboard you can see. And it's not too long before sort of a group of people jump off, and the boat sort of weighs anchor again and sails off into the city proper. Johan moves up, and the boat is quickly tied up on the docks and lashed still, and making their way on board is a group of sort of 2 or 3, well, sort of, I think probably 4 people, a couple of sort of humans who seem to be sort of helpers, things like that. But leading the way is a sort of gingery-haired dwarf with big bushy beard tied in lots of elaborate braids, and a small halfling with sort of blonde hair and these sort of elaborate blue and silver robes, with these sort of swirling patterns on them. Johan just sort of quickly turns to you guys and says, oh shit, what was his accent again? His accent was...
It was like Manchester.
Atrociously changeable, if I remember correctly.
It was the best. I liked it.
It was atrociously changeable, and I will be using it as little as possible going forward. Can I even find anything close to it? Just sort of turn to me and say, that be true. This is not where it was before.
No.
He'll turn to you guys and say, there'll be a slight inspection, but don't worry about it. You know, they're mainly worried about magic and stuff like that, but I don't really carry any of that. Can't afford the taxes, so we should be on our way soon enough. He'll just sort of turn and say, hello, Hundro. And the dwarf will sort of, give him a friendly wave, shake his hand. The mage sort of, the little halfling stands a little bit in these sort of elaborate robes, stands a little bit off to the side, just gives a polite nod. Just like, got anything for me? Got anything for me this time, Johan? And he's like, no, I'm afraid not. Don't carry magic, you know that. Well, we'll be checking anyway. Where you are, and so she sort of she pulls out this like crystal from her pocket and sort of starts to wander over and starts like, it seems like scanning basically all the stuff that's like strapped on deck. Jamie and George seem to know the pattern by now, so they've like rolled off the big like netting that's holding everything down and sort of started to space things out a little bit just so she can like get to all of it. The 2 humans are there, like they've got like a checklist between them, and they're like just going through and just like writing down the mundane stuff that's on there. And Hundram, the little dwarf, is sort of overseeing it, but he's just mainly just sort of having a chat with Johan. Yeah, and so the Hundram, the dwarf, will just say, any news from sorry, that's the wrong accent. Any news from the road? And Johan will just, not much, some slight difficulty with some crocodiles. But these guys were dab end. I think we found ourselves a new camp spot on the way down. It'd be nice to stay on the beach from time to time. Oh, that's good. I've not seen these two before. New crew of yours? This doing backwards and forwards things is real fucking tricky. I don't know. Just a one-way trip. I think they've got a job to do, and I've been drafted to bring them this far. Alright, and Andrew will be like, alright then. Well, we need to go through all their stuff as well. And if we could have your bags out, just want to make sure there's no contraband. At which point Neo will, unsling his bag and sort of like take off his sword and stuff like that and just sort of present them. Things like that. The Hundred will tell me, Frigga, we might need to take a look at some of this stuff. And he sort of starts going through the bags and things. Or through Neo's bag, I don't know. What are you going to comply, Arwen, or? If there's anything you want to like specifically hide, maybe, then you could try and do that now, or they'll just sort of like go through and just have a look at everything you've got. Neo's got a fairly basic kit. They start to look through it.
How far away from me is Jamie?
Well, he's over. I'd say you guys are probably like sort of 15 feet away, maybe like stood near the back of the ship, because Johan would have been relatively near the tiller steering, so he's probably not moved too far from there. Humdrum and Frigga have, like, with their 2 humans, have come on board, and they've come on board, and so, you know, they've probably sort of met. Humdrum's like gone to talk to Johan, Frigga's like sort of done her bit, the humans have gone to examine all the like stuff, all the mundane stuff. Like Humdrum seems to be a bit of like an overseer here, and he seems to know Johan quite well. So I'm estimating you're probably sort of like 2/3 of the way down towards the back of the ship near the cabin and stuff like that, and then the cargo takes up like most of the middle of the ship, like strapped down to this big netting and things.
Okay.
So in answer to your question, about 15-20 feet away at most, and he's just called her over. So if there's anything you don't want, like, inspecting, you've got to do something, like, now. Let's say you've basically got, like, an action's worth of thing to do, of, like, time.
Okay.
You can just, you know, if you don't want to hide anything, then
no.
you can just, you know, you don't have to do anything. But if there is stuff you want to try and stop them, like, getting a look at, then
no, it's fine.
okay.
It's, yeah.
Okay, well, they'll just start to, like, they start with Neo's bag first. He's got a lot of, like, regular stuff in there, like, you know, rope, rations, that sort of thing. The one thing of, like, interest they do find is they pull out this sort of fairly very sort of plain looking like theatre mask, which you didn't necessarily know you had in his bag. Like one of these sort of classic like half and half masks with like a happy side and a frowning side.
Mm-hmm.
And Frigga like examines like, ooh, what's this now? It's like, you know, it's just like that's my mask. Yes, what does it do? It's like, let's see how much he remembers, because his memory is iffy, so I've got to roll it for him. That's a 1. With a -1 in intelligence makes it a 0. It's like, not a clue. It's like, it's sort of like, why can't I remember this? This is so embarrassing.
I'm just gonna look over and go, he has concussion. He doesn't, just give him a minute.
Right, okay. And so she'll pull out like another like thing from her pocket and like cast like different stuff. It's like, well, let's soon find out. It's like, ooh, a mask of many faces. This is not the most common object to find. It's a little bit something you might more find on some of the unsavory types who don't want to be noticed, don't want to be known. What's a respectable fellow like you doing with this? And it's like, I've had it for as long as I can remember. I don't think I've ever used it. Alright, well. And she like, makes a note. And she's like, okay, well, now I know. Yeah, and she sort of, almost like as an afterthought, she sort of takes a closer look at him and she's like, interesting fellow you are. Not the most, well, we don't get many tieflings around here. Anyway, they don't generally leave their desert that much, but you're different, aren't you? And just sort of with a lingering eye, and then she sort of starts moving on. She starts starts moving on to like Arwen's pack and stuff like that. Where's Arlo in all of this actually?
He's in my pocket.
He's in your pocket. Okay.
Yeah.
What about your staff? Where's that? You got it in your hands. You got it in your like.
But yeah, I'm kind of just leaning on it.
Okay. Well, she's like detecting magic, so to speak, and so she'll be like, "Can I have a quick look at that?" And just sort of hold her hands out to take your staff.
I'll kind of hold it out, but I'm still holding it. She's not going to take it. She can hold it, but she can't take it.
She'll be like holding it and like just trying to like, come on, let go. Like that, that sort of thing when someone's trying to take something and it's like,
No.
So, oh, come on, you've got to let me examine this. Otherwise,
you can examine it from there. It's fine.
Hand it over.
But okay.
You'll get it right back, provided it's not contraband.
Okay.
Just got to make a note of what's coming in and what's going out.
Okay then.
She'll, do her spells once again and be like, okay, this is relatively simple. Here you go, I'll hand it back to you.
Thank you.
Doesn't seem too dangerous. No exploding fireballs from that anyway. Just
not today.
Just a nice little... Well, knowing what that does, not ever.
Okay, ha.
Just a nice little entangle on that, that's fine. No one ever died to be having their feet tied up, did they?
No?
You do know what this does, right?
No.
She's sort of a bit confused. It's like you guys seem to have magic items, but you don't know what they do. It's a little suspicious. But yeah, she'll sort of politely go through and be like, would you like to know?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
yes,
so
please.
She'll go through and explain that it has the ability to cast the Entangle spell.
Oh, nice.
Which means you have 2 charges of the Entangle spell per day.
Where do I write this?
I would put it in your spells, and I would put change the name of the spell to say like Entangle or something like that, and then just put like in brackets stuff.
Ooh.
So that you know it's a spell from your stuff.
Oh, why can't I type? Oh wait, that's why. Yeah, I don't know.
And she'll keep going through all your stuff. As far as I'm aware, the only other... That's not the right one. The only other massively interesting thing you might have is your big rock.
Yes. My rock.
Daggers, blah blah blah, blah, arrows.
I have my magic arrows, but
So, yeah, they're just
I don't
like,
think that.
No, I mean she'll have a look at those and just be like, yeah, regular magic arrows. They seem fine. They don't have like the ability to cast like extra spells. They're just like magic in terms of hitting.
Yes.
So they'll be fine. Yeah, and she'll like pull it out and be like, "Ooh, now what's this thing?"
It's a rock.
Hundred will sort of look
I'm
over and
surprised
go,
you haven't seen it before.
That's not a rock.
It is a rock.
Trust me, lady. I'm a dwarf. I know rocks, and that's not a rock. Spent half my life underground with pick and stone. That is not a rock. And he'll sort of like take out a little dagger and like hold his hand out for it. Wants you to like put it in his hand. Actually, you haven't got hold of this.
I haven't got hold of it.
No, so Frigga will just hand it to him. He'll like take his dagger and he'll like tap it with the like flat of the blade.
Don't hit my stone.
Shush. And he'll do it again. And it's like, hear that sound? That is an unnatural sound. No rock sounds like that. What you've got here is an egg.
Egg.
Aye, an egg.
Oh. So you're telling me I could have had scrambled egg all this time and I didn't know?
It's like, no, there's no way you'd get in that. And he'll like take his dagger and he'll like stab it.
My egg rock! And
the tip of the dagger will like slide off and like it's been hit like a really hard surface, and it's just like, and you can hear like the sound of it ringing. So I see, and you're like, hold up, to you, not a scratch. Whatever this is.
Yeah, you better not have a scratch on it, otherwise you're paying for it.
I wouldn't even know what to tell you this is worth. Don't even know what it is, but I know it's not a rock.
Cool. I have a not rock.
A slightly magic not rock. Looks like, I don't think there's anything in that. It's so hard. It looks calcified.
Magic not rock. Okay.
Slightly magic not rock.
Yes.
Excellent.
Okay. Cool. There's nothing in my egg.
Go through all your stuff. Johan will sort of turn around and go, any news from down your end? Like, I don't know, sort of his face sort of clouds over a little bit almost. He's like, well, we've had some disturbing news. One village was... You heard of the village of Farkim? And Johan will sort of shrug. He's like, maybe. Not really. So, well, terrible news. Village was destroyed by something, some monster. There's been a giant spotted, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be much bother. And another village was destroyed as well, but lots of survivors this time. It seemed like they had warning. Most people got away. So that's.
I saved people! Yay!
And then Sandra will sort of like clap you on the back and say, anyway, won't be keeping you any longer, and they'll like head off. Frigga will like hand you back all your stuff, make a couple more notes on her clipboard of like magic rock, blah blah blah, and stuff, blah blah blah, and all of that. And she'll head off. The two humans will have finished up what they're doing. They've like been through everything, like all the main stock. And Jamie and George have tied everything back down, and they'll like push the boat away. They'll like unsling the boat, push it away, and sail through the gate into the city proper. So about 5-10 minutes later, they get to like a little waterside dockhouse, and someone, as they're approaching, someone sort of calls out, "Berth 3 is free, Johan." And they seems to know where he's going, and he just finds his way into a little like covered warehouse. And they'll come up to you and just like, well, this is the end of the journey for us. We'll be unloading here and filling up and heading back. Pleasure travelling with you. Good luck on your endeavours.
Oh.
Sort of hold a hand out and be like, because they were just contracted to bring you to the city. They weren't to do anything further with you.
Oh, okay.
And so they'll just sort of be like, well, pleasure, and like leave you to be like on your way.
Oh, okay. Goodbye.
Yeah, Neo will take his hand and shake it and give him thanks. Well, hopefully we'll see you again sometime. Safe travels, yeah. Anything you want to say?
Where are you going after this?
Oh well, we're just headed back up the river, you know.
How long are you staying here for?
Oh, a couple of days at most. Just gotta sell the stock to the distributors and fill back up again, and we'll be on our way. This is a fairly standard supply run for us. The only unusual thing is you.
Well, yes, I am very unusual. Is there any chance we could get a ride back if we're done in time and we need to go that way?
Yeah, always happy to have extra hands on board. You certainly proved yourself useful.
Thank you. Cool.
But we won't wait for you, so if you're not here in a couple of days, then we'll be off.
That's fine.
May our paths cross again.
I hope so. Yes.
Hold his hand out for like a final farewell. Like shake your hand and then be up, and then he sort of starts turning around and directing. Turns around, walks away, and starts directing like stuff off, and like this goes to them, and starts calling like barrels to whoever and stuff like that. And leaves you and Neo to find your own way in the city.
Okay. Cool. Yes.
Where would you like to go?
We're looking for something to heal the girl, right?
Yes. But what happened was...
Wait, we were supposed to find a man. No.
You had a letter of introduction to give to someone.
Yes.
Can you remember that?
I don't remember his name.
You need to start writing stuff down.
I know. Can you give me hints and then I'll write stuff down next time, I promise.
Okay, so you got given this quest by Lady Verona.
Yeah, I know that part.
And she was acting on what was essentially rumour about an a place the orcs knew of that held this supreme healing thing.
Okay.
She contacted one of the council members, one of the orc council members, who he was the one who wrote you the letter of introduction, and told you to locate. What did I write down? Let's think out. The priestess Helga. And he told you to seek out the priestess Helga in Denderport.
Okay.
Let's assume Neo reminds you of that.
Thank you.
One with a terrible memory.
We should probably look for some sort of place of religion, possibly.
Yeah.
If she's a priestess.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what they are, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
How are you going to go about it? Are you just going to wander the streets? It's pretty late in the day, to be fair. Sort of afternoon, evening, I think. By this point, afternoon, early evening. By this point, are you going to go try and find a day, or are you going to get in and search in the morning? Yeah, I guess that's the first question. Are you trying to find her tonight, or are you going to wait and try to find her tomorrow?
I'll probably try and find her tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay. So you go. So what are you going to do? You're going to go in search of an inn?
Yes. Somewhere cheap.
Somewhere cheap. Okay. Yeah, you can head out. This cost of everything. Yeah, so you can basically start searching the city, the waterfront, wherever looking for a place to stay. Oh, I don't have my phone. One moment, I need to grab that. I'm prepared, I tell you, I swear. Other things I did prepare, actually. I didn't prepare a bunch of tavern names.
I am so excited to hear you make them up.
Well, why don't you roll an investigation check to see if you can find what you're looking for? Oh, yes. You find quite a large... You managed to find a large portion of the city that seems to be devoted close to the docks to sort of catering towards the sailors and the working folk. And so you find sort of, there's a range of establishments. There's some really sort of sketchy looking places that you wouldn't dare trust, and there's also some sort of very, very fine places that you'd expect would cater towards more sort of the captains and officials, the high end business merchants and things like that, who wouldn't want to necessarily rub shoulders with their lowly crew. So you find there's sort of the seagull's roost, the seal's scratching post, the gilded boat, the gold sail, and the one that's probably sort of most to your tastes is the happy flag, which looks like a relatively sort of modest establishment. It looks clean but not lavish. The people you see sort of outside it and sort of inside when you head inside seem to be pretty sort of not rough, but sort of worker sailors and things like that. Yeah, and so sort of you head in, you head sort of over to the bar. What do you do?
Try and get a room, please.
Head up.
Thank you.
Head up to the bar and sort of get in contact with the barman there and go, oh hello, hello. He's a very sort of soft-spoken barman. He's a big man, He's sort of got some. He's got an apron on with like spots of like flour and grease on it. He's sort of like polishing some mugs and stuff, and there's nice like barrels and stuff, like big barrels stacked up behind the bar, all tapped and ready to go. He's sort of just like cleaning a bunch of sort of like earthenware, like mugs and stuff like that. Hello, what can I do for you?
Hi. Do you have any rooms for tonight?
Oh yes, go and look. We have some rooms. How many were you looking for?
How much are they?
Oh well, it depends. A single room will run you a few silver. A double room, slightly more.
Oh, 2 single rooms.
2 single rooms. That'll be 7 silver each then.
How many gold in a silver?
10.
Wait, how many silver? Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
I got it wrong the wrong way. Sorry.
10 silver to
1
1
gold.
gold.
Okay. Well, I'll give him a gold. And I'll look at Neo and say, do you have any money?
Well, you got paid.
Yeah, he's got money. He'll be fine.
So you both ended up with like 50 gold from the thing. So, well, he'll knock off 7 silver because he'll give you change. So if you give him a gold, he'll give you 3 silver back in change.
5, 6, 7, 8. Cool.
So yeah, and then he'll sort of call over a boy and like show these nice people up to their rooms, 2 side by side. Would you be needing any food or anything in your rooms, or would you be eating down here with the rest of us?
I'll come back down. Oh,
Would you like a bath brought up to your room?
what? This big man just holding onto a bar. That's all I could imagine. Sorry. Anyway,
well, it's more that it would like give you access, I guess, to the like not. It's not like a private bath. It would like give you access to the like bathing area.
Is that more money to have a bath?
Yes, it's a silver for the.
Oh yeah, I'm a big spender.
Yeah.
1 whole silver. I'm having a bath.
Yeah. And he'll like call over a boy, but show these people up to their rooms and show them where the bathing suites are. The boy will sort of turn and just like sort of eye you up, and then sort of moves off quite quickly, like sort of like ducks under the bar and like grabs a couple and comes up like holding 2 keys. Come on then, and sort of like turns and just starts sort of moving off and quickly heads upstairs and leaves you to follow him.
I will follow him.
Cool. As you go, Balmoo's like, enjoy your stay.
See you in a minute, mate.
Yeah, so you head up. The boy just like shoves like a key in a door as he goes past, like opens it, like throws it open, and then like goes up to the next one, opens it, like throws the door open again. It's like, bars are end door, 1 on the left, 1 on the right, 2 doors at the end, and it just like then like quickly dash up back downstairs.
Cool.
You need to get acquainted with your rooms and things like that. Neo will just sort of like head in, like dump his stuff, like comes back out, locks his door, and immediately like heads for the bath.
Yes, I will do the same, not the same bath.
Yeah, you can just like go in. It's fairly basic. There's like a You know, there's like a tub in there, and it seems like slightly communal. The water is not cold, not stone cold, but it's not warm either. There's like a piece of soap on a string, like hooked onto the side of the bath, and there's like a bolt on the door so you can like lock it. But it seems like the bath is a little bit shared.
Ugh. Wait, like the water's shed?
Yeah, like you wanted somewhere cheap. You don't. You know,
I am not getting in there.
no,
I don't want to smell worse.
no, you definitely wouldn't smell worse. There's soap.
Dude, there's loads of sweaty old men downstairs. Of course I smell worse.
The water looks relatively clean.
Okay.
You know, like, but it's not like brand spanking. You know, like freshly poured, but it's not like filthy and full of scum either. If you had a bath, you would end up cleaner, but
Okay, I will awkwardly do that then.
do you have like a sink bath and just be like, rather than like getting in it, you just like
Yes.
splash water on yourself and just
Exactly.
wash yourself with some soap.
Just like that.
As you do. Yeah, and so you can like have a bath or have a wash, wash off some of the like dust and travel of the roads. Yeah, there's like your room. The price you pay for your room comes with access to like the evening meal. It just seems to be sort of a fairly basic stew. There's like a couple of potatoes and carrots in it, a little bit of meat you can't quite identify. It might be beef, might be pork. You're not really sure. A bit stringy. Stew's a bit watery. Not the highest end establishment, but it's good enough and clean enough. And
It'll do.
basics.
Yes. I will eat that and then go to sleep.
Yeah, and sort of past evening, and then head to bed. You can wake up after a nice night's rest.
Hey. Cool.
So you get a nice long rest.
So that means I get all my hit points.
You get your hit points and your spells back, yes.
Cool. Nice. Did I do that? Yes, I did. Cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And so you get breakfast the next morning. As you're sort of sat in the common room, you can sort of, there's sort of a bit of general chatter. Breakfast is just like a little bit of bacon off the from out the kitchens, like off a spit, and some like some sort of fresh baked bread. It seems that the innkeeper is a bit of a baker, more than anything else. It does quite good bread. But no, it's simple, it's plain, but it's enough to set you on your way at the beginning of the day. With that, so you don't have to expend any of your rations.
Cool.
Unless you're really hungry.
No, I think she's okay. Can we go looking for this lady?
Yeah. How would you like to look? Are you just going to wander around? Are you going to ask for directions? What are you going to
do? I mean, I'll start by just looking around.
Okay, make an investigation check. 11. Okay, so where would you start looking for an orc priestess, and in terms of a building or something like that? Where do you think you would head?
Near the middle.
Near the middle of the
town, city.
So
place.
The city is sort of split in half. You've got a north side and a south side of the river. with these sort of big arched bridges going over to allow ships with tall masts to head up and down. And there's these docks and things all along the riverside and all along the seaside as well. You're on the northern side at the moment, and you head into the heart of the city. The city itself is very mixed. There's a lot of races about. It's mostly human, but for anywhere you've been so far, it is the most mixed you've ever seen it. There's a few dwarves, a smattering of like elves and halflings and things like that. But besides humans, the most numerous are these sailor-looking orcs. Sort of standing quite tall with their dark green skin, their protruding tusks. A lot of them seem to be, they look like sort of general sailor types. So scarred hands, things like that, occasional tattoos. But as you head into the center of the city, you seem to notice them less. And the sort of the human population in the centre, and the elf population seems to swell slightly more. And after sort of, how long would you spend? Let's say a couple of hours, an hour. What sort of amount of time?
Maybe an hour and a half.
So you spend about an hour and a half sort of just wandering around, and then after a while, Neo sort of turns to you and goes, "I don't know if we're in the right place here. Where should we go?"
To the north.
You're currently in the north.
Oh, the south. Sorry.
Okay. And where are you going to search? Are you going to search in the centre again?
Yeah.
Okay. It'll take about, let's say, half an hour, something like that. So let's say you start at 9, so it's about 11 in the morning now. By the time you've got to the actually, roll another investigation check on your roll perception check. Actually, you've got investigation.
Oh, well, that went badly, didn't it?
It did. Fortunately for you, Neo rolled very well. He got, I believe, an unnatural 20. So as you're crossing one of these big bridges, there's sort of a few people they've casted lines and they're fishing off the side. It seems like they're getting a telling off from someone. It's like you can sort of figure, no, we're not allowed to fish here. What about the boats? What if you got hooked and pulled in? Blah blah blah. Doesn't seem to be official. Just seems to be someone having a go. There's but mostly there's a lot of stalls and stuff along the sides. People selling food and knickknacks and other sorts of savoury things. So you can stop and have a look if there's anything you want to buy, or you can just head on.
Nah, just carry on.
Okay, and as you make it to the sort of far side of the bridge, Neo will tap you on the shoulder and be like, "What about that? What's that over there?" And he points to. It's actually sort of you've taken one of the bridges that's very close to the opening of the river, where it spreads out to sea, and along the sea front, he's pointing at this sort of large white marble-looking building with these pillars. You can just sort of make out the top of it, and the tops of these pillars seem to hold up the front entrance. So taps your shoulder. What about that? Is that a church over there? So sort of look. Should we check that out?
Yes.
Cool. So you make your way down the wharf at the front of the sea edge. There's this big sea wall, sort of where it comes out from the mouth of the river and curves around. There's this big sea wall with these wooden piers coming up, built off it for the boats to moor up to. And it's sort of a good sort of quarter mile, something like that, off in the distance. There's a really good spot from Neo actually to see the top of this building like peeking out. And so you make your way down there, and just as like this, like it just sort of, it's like the wharf and thing starts to taper off and turn back into natural sand and stuff, and there's like more of like a beach and like sandy beach and stuff out front. And it's a little bit like shingly and stuff like that, but it's like right on the water's edge is where this temple is located.
Cool. I will go inside if I can.
Yeah. So from the outside, if you think sort of this building doesn't match the architecture of the place, it stands out, which might have been what helped Neo spot it. Everything else is sort of like, as you see on screen, it's like a mixture of like wood and plaster with sort of mortared stone in some places for like foundations and stuff like that. Like slate or slatted roofs. That's a fairly basic construction. Like nice, clean, decent sort of like Tudorish style of construction maybe. But this building is like all quarried, beautifully like smooth quarried stone, like very clean, white, straight lines, high like sloping roof, stuff like that. And again, these sort of like distinctive fluted columns, if you think like Greek architecture out the front. And so you can head inside.
Yeah.
Inside, it's a very like open space. It doesn't seem like it's filled with like pews or anything like that. There's more of these like columns, like supporting sort of around, not like on the walls themselves, like just like there's these like, two lines of columns that run down, forming a sort of aisle. At the far end is this huge statue, this sort of like 25 foot tall statue. And I need to pull up a different set of notes. One sec. Gnomes, elves, humans. Where are my orcs? There are my orcs. And so there's this like beautiful looking orc woman is stood at the end, and she's sort of got this. There's like this. It's painted, so it's coloured as well, or enamelled even. And there's this huge like breaking wave, like breaking around her. And there's these like, there's a few like streaks of water like arching over her. There's one that like crosses her shoulder and across her chest, and there's another one that's like a little bit of like spray comes up from her feet, between her legs and things like that. And looking at the statue, it's very clear that these artfully sculpted bits of water are the only thing protecting this statue's modesty. It's this huge statue, and beautifully bright colours and everything like that. And on the walls around you are these like mosaics of. There are like 3 other like mosaics, but none of them are like as beautiful or as detailed as this huge statue. And as you're sort of standing there looking at it, Neo's like almost like just staring up at its face, like, oh my god, that's a huge statue. This one like orc will, this orc lady will walk over to you. So like walks up from the side, and an accent and a voice. Like, yes, this is not good. I will not be doing this one. Yes, can I do it in female? Maybe. Could I persist this for all the orcs in the future? Oh yes, I could. Yes, welcome. How may I help you? Don't often see any. Don't often see many visitors, shall we say?
Hi.
As you turn to look at her, she's this very tall, sort of 6 foot tall quite broad in the shoulders, but like this relatively like athletic figure. You can tell she's wearing robes, but not like robes like you normally see, like long and baggy and stuff. These are quite elegantly cut. They're not made from like a heavy like wool or like a rough spun that you'd often expect to see from like priests and other things. They're this sort of quite fine silk, very as I say, elegantly cut, and they're sort of this is like long like slit up one of the legs. It's quite low cut in the front, things like that. And she sort of just stood there with her hands crossed, and sort of looking down at you. It's like, can I help you at all? No, that wasn't it. Can I help you at all? We don't often get many visitors.
I'm looking for the orc priestess.
You have found one. Who are you looking for?
Oh, I am the worst human being.
I told you this already.
I know. Oh, Neo. In your amazing memory. You know that you know.
I know. The question is, does he remember? He does not remember.
I'd surely have it on this letter.
Yeah, you're gonna give her the letter.
No, I need to read what this says on the letter.
Well, you were just told to give this letter to the person you were supposed to meet.
Yeah, I want to look at the name on it.
It's not got a name on the outside, and it's like sealed. You can take a chance.
It's not going to be her, it's going to be the wrong one, it's going to be a bad lady.
Neo is not really paying attention at the moment, let's say. He's still just like staring at this giant statue.
Neo, stop staring at boobs.
He's not staring at her boobs, I would like to say. He's going to be like, I wasn't.
That's what someone would say if they were staring at her.
It's also what someone would say if they weren't. Just like fold his arms and just look away, quite grumpy. You've accused him of being a pervert when he wasn't being a pervert. Maybe you should stop staring at her boobs.
No, I'm good, thanks.
So you're going to keep staring at her boobs? Is that what you're saying?
No. No, I was not. Yes, I will give it to this woman.
Okay. Just like take it, like break the wax seal on it, and she sort of reads it. And I really wish I had multiple sets of notes. Maybe I should print some of these in future, but that makes it harder to add to. Shit, no, here we go. So she just sort of reads it, and as she sort of as she gets further and further down, she sort of like frowns more and more and more and more. And I can't remember that guy's name. What was his name? What did I call the orc from? The orc on the council. I gave him a name. It began with B or something, and I didn't write it down.
Bartholomew.
We'll go with Bartholomew. It wasn't that, but we'll go with it because I didn't write down what name I gave him in the moment, and now I've forgotten. frowns more and more as she gets to the bottom of the page, blah, 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 blah. And she'll sort of like roll it up and like tuck it away, and like just tucks a bit of paper away somewhere. It's just like, so, it seems that Bartholomew has vouched for you, and while I don't agree with his decisions, I must comply with his wishes in this. We will leave. Sorry, you will leave. Give me 4 hours. You must remain here. I will put together the necessary things for you. You will need escorts and a fast ship. You must understand, this is a great secret. You should not know about this, but Bartholomew is insistent, and I must bow to his wishes. Yes. Wait here. Maria will see to you. I will organize things. And she'll sort of like call out and she's like, Maria, come, look after these who they are not to leave. I must organize some things. I will speak to I will find a ship for them. They must be on their way as soon as possible. But they must not leave. Maria will sort of be like, oh, yes, very well, very well, very well. Come with me. I will find you a bite to eat. We should have some lunch, yes? And she'll like start leading you away, sort of into like a back room. You know, there's like a little like kitchen. There's like earthenware jars and stuff like that, and like a little bit of a larder and stuff like that. And she'll go around and sort of pull down a few plates, pull down some like bread and cheese. You know, just a few things, and start sort of humming to herself and putting together a bit of a meal for you. Is there anything you want to?
I want to ask her what that woman's name was. What's the woman's name? I'm so sorry.
So, oh yes, that was Helga.
Helga.
Yes, she is High Priestess here. She oversees everything, all ceremonies and the like.
I don't think it was Helga.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Either way, we seem to have got what we need.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
And you, lady, what do you do? Maria?
Well, I'm just an acolyte at the moment. I'm hoping that one of these days I will be blessed by the gods and raised up above the station of acolyte. But until that time, I just perform the simple work, taking care of the temple. Helga is in charge of all the worship and the prayers and the offerings to Kaigrabi and the other gods.
Do you have a pen, a quill and ink, anywhere here?
Yes, just 1 moment. I will go and fetch them for you. She'll puts the food down on the table and sort of brushes off and comes back a couple of minutes later with some ink, a pen, and some parchment and stuff that you can write on.
Oh, I don't need parchment. It's fine. Arwen is now going to write all the names she remembers on her hand, so she
Okay.
doesn't forget them all.
Okay.
Because I didn't just get some paper and write down every single name I can remember on this piece of paper. Okay. Cool. Yes. Why am I staying here? Where? What's she gone to do?
Well, you should know more about your quest than I do.
Well, yeah, I know. I was just wondering if you knew the secrets.
I just do as I'm instructed. I do not even know why you are here.
Oh, okay.
She hasn't been, like, given this letter to read or anything like that.
Oh.
Like, Helga read the letter and was like, okay, I've got to do this then because Bartholomew said so. And I was like, okay, now I'm going to go sort some stuff out. You babysit these two.
I do not need babysitting. I am an adult. Shh. No, I am a
Well,
fully...
I know about you both in-game and out. You definitely need looking after.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Who can say?
No idea.
No. Yeah, and so is there anything more you sort of want to know? Should we can skip ahead?
Yeah,
you want to ask?
No. Ooh, you people. What do you?
You people.
Yes, you people. You believe things and magic and godly stuff. Got any idea how to get someone's memory back? Without praying, ideally.
Without praying. Maria's like, so I am not a cleric or a priest. Not yet, anyway. Well, truth be told, I would like Svild to bless me, and he may not be the most powerful, but in Svild's domain my heart lies.
Owen has no idea what's going on. She's just nodding. Okay. So you
sort of see the confused look on your face and Neo's face. Svild is what we believe to be the god of the earth.
Ah.
He's
lovely.
You may have seen. Did you see the mosaics on the wall?
Next to the naked lady, yes.
Ah, yes, the statue. She's like sort of smart. It's like, ah, yes, the statue of Kagarabi.
Who?
Kagarabi. Kagarabi.
H-G-R...
Kag, K-A-G-R,
yeah.
And then Rabi, R-A-B-Y. B-I, not Y.
Like my name.
I am only just realising this now, yes.
Okay. Cool. And what is the naked lady up to?
She is the goddess of the waves.
Wait.
She is the mother of us all.
Oh, okay. Right, sure. Lovely.
Well, orcs mostly spend their life on the sea, so the waves nurture us, they look after us. Life comes from the sea.
Why don't you do your church on the sea then?
The church is literally on the waterfront. It could not be any closer to the sea other than being in the sea.
Yeah, why is it not in the sea? Like on a boat. Appease the sea gods.
Well, because we live on the land, we don't live on boats. Everyone must come home from time to time. And while the sea brings life, it is also can be a potentially fickle mistress. Hagul, goddess of the storms.
Oh, Lord. Hahul.
Argul. Argw, as in you.
Yeah.
You don't have to write down like all the gods' names unless you want to.
I'm
like
paranoid now. I need to write everything down. I'm scared it's gonna come up in conversation like a month later, and I'm gonna not know. Storm man.
Yes, goddess of the storms.
God. Cool.
She is a fickle mistress, and many a time has a sailor failed to give the proper offerings, and she has destroyed their boats with lightning.
Oh. Why'd you like the gods then?
Because they are the gods, they must be respected.
Right. Anyway, we won't get into religion right now. Yeah. Just gonna be like, thank you.
But yes, you wanted to know about the memories.
Yeah.
Well,
memory.
I do not possess any magic yet, but I do not know how you would return someone's memories. Maybe by lifting a curse if they were cursed. Maybe just by healing them if they had received a mortal wound.
No.
To the head or something. There is always powerful restorative magic, but those who wield that kind of power are very, very rare.
Do you know anyone who does?
The most powerful I know of is in a different document, and I must find the notes. Nope, that's the same document. Why? There it is. The most powerful that I know of would be the High Priestess.
Oh, what, Helga?
No. The High Priestess of all religion for us. She resides on a moving island on the shattered shore.
What?
The High Priestess Zinda Farsight.
Huh? What?
Zinda.
Hold on. This is why I don't write things down.
But this is why you must write things down so you will remember.
No, because it takes me 5 hours.
I can give you like notes and stuff afterwards.
Priestess on. What's her name?
Zinda Farsight.
Oh my god. Yeah, cool.
If you were looking for, I was going to say simple restorative magic, but none of it is simple, then Helga wields some power, but nothing compared to Zinda. She's far older and wiser.
Nah, I want to go to a floating island.
Okay.
Cool.
Is there anything else? I suppose every religion would have its clerics and its holy men and its so on, but those who wield the type of power you seem to be after would be few and far between.
Cool. I have nothing else.
Cool. Okay. Well, we'll just sort of move forward a bit. I can't believe I haven't used all this time to come up with some more names, but it's fine because I'm gonna possibly, or maybe I won't. Who knows? But yeah, so sort of about 4 hours pass. You pass it sort of idly chatting, stuff like that. When Helga will return, and there's a couple of male orcs with you. Again, they look like sailors, and she'll sort of come into the room where you are and be like, "Well, it is time for you to go. These two will show you the way to their ship, and then you will be on your way. I'm afraid we must take certain precautions, however. You are to be admitted entrance, but that does not mean we have to tell you where you are going. You will, if you wish to do this, you must accept these terms, or we cannot allow you to pass.
To pass where? Wait, do what?
You must
I'm confused.
You are going by boat. You must remain in your cabin at all times.
To do what?
You have been. She'll pull out the letter, and you have been granted admittance to a holy place. And while it is against my inclination to allow this, I do not have a choice in the matter. And while we must aid you and allow you to enter, we do not have any orders to let you know its location. So therefore you will be blindfolded.
Oh,
metaphorically,
no.
in this instance.
Okay.
You will not be allowed to see out of the boat, and you will not know where you are going.
Great. Why can't I just wait here with Maria?
And who are you going to send to get what you need?
I thought Helga was going to get it.
No.
Oh, I thought I was just collecting it from her.
No.
Okay.
Oh, this certainly doesn't seem like she has it on hand for you to collect.
How am I supposed to not look at where I am, but be there? And
this is why it's like they don't want you to see the route, so they're going to be like, you can't, like, they're not going to allow you to like walk around on deck and stuff like that, and so you can see like the landscape and stuff. So you won't know like where you're sailing and stuff like that.
Okay. Cool.
So the long and the short of it is, you guys are taken to a boat, and yeah, it's quite it's a much bigger boat than before. It's sort of got two masts with like triangular sails on them, and sort of a few like you can see like some like I can say oar holes along the sides, where you'd have sort of like a double line of oars on either side to row with if necessary. It's not like massive. It's not like a big 30 oar, but it's a decent size. You can see there's clearly like a captain's cabin at the back, and like an aft castle and stuff like that. And then there's a hold underneath and stuff like that. And you're led onto the boat, and you're led down below deck, and then to like the back of the ship, and there's like a little cabin been prepared and stuff like that. There's like two hammocks up in there, and the windows have been like boarded over. You can see, and it looks like compared to the rest of the wood, the wood on the windows is like very new. It looks like very rough, like clean planks, whereas the rest of it is sort of like aged and like polished with wear and stuff like that. And they'll sort of leave you in like, well, this is where you will stay. You will be here for 2 days, maybe 3. It depends how the seas are, and you will not You will not be allowed to leave. We will bring you food if you need it, or if not, then knock on the door and someone will attend you. And like they'll just like they'll just like leave you in there with like all your stuff, and they'll just like shut the door, and you just hear a big like key turn in the lock.
How rude. Is there any little holes in like the door?
In the door? No,
Yeah.
the door's like it's a door. So.
Or in the walls?
No, it's a well built ship. It doesn't have holes in it.
Why?
Because it's a well built ship that doesn't have holes in it.
How is my mouse supposed to get out and retrieve the key without an unwell built ship?
I mean, maybe the mouse could squeeze under the door.
No, it's a well built ship.
I mean, it's not like it's a submarine door that's like fully sealed. It is a door. So you can hear like sounds from outside. There's a slight gap at the bottom. It's not like it's not like full of holes. I don't know. If you let's say make an investigation to see if you can find a place to release Arlo. 17. Okay, so you investigate around and you do find this is sort of one of the boards that sort of like forms the wall to the rest of the thing has already has like a little like chewed out bit, like one of the rats or something on the ship has made like chewed this out, so it's got like a little like running tunnel, and it's like right down like under one of the benches that forms like part of the side and stuff like that. And so it's like right down in the corner. It seems so there is a spot where you will be able to release Arlo into the rest of the ship if you chose.
Okay. I'm gonna knock on the door at the moment.
You hear the sound of a big key turn and sort of opens up a little bit and like head sticks in. Yes, is there something you require?
Information. What is in the place that I'm going to?
I do not know. I have not been inside.
Is there someone on the ship that knows?
I will inquire.
Thank you.
Shut the door, locks it again. The sound of first steps walking away. A few minutes later, first steps walk back. The door unlocks, and it would be one of the orcs again who you saw escort you onto the ship. Slightly better dressed, a little bit more powerfully built. It seems has a big like cutlass on one hip, stuff like that. So it seems possibly that it seems to be like the captain, something like that. You get the impression. It's like, I hear you want to know about where you are going.
Yeah. I don't need to know where I'm going. I just want to know if it's dangerous.
It seems you have not been told of what you are doing, which is concerning.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a bit.
What is it you seek?
Healing.
I thought as much. You must face to access what you seek. You must enter a place older than time. Who built it, we cannot say, but it resides within our borders and we use it when we can. It is not often. There are many who make the journey, do not come back. And those who do not often speak of what they have into. It is a great trial.
I'm going to tell everyone. He is not amused.
I was asked that you do not do this. This is a great secret. Even amongst ourselves, it is not well known. We would prefer it if this knowledge did not get out. It has caused much death.
Okay.
If you make it through, you may think differently about your experience inside.
Have you been in it?
I would not be standing here if I had.
Why? Where would you be?
I would be dead.
Okay.
I am
Can't wait for that.
I am a captain of this fine ship. That is more than enough for me. I have not had cause to go inside. I do not think I would have the strength to make it through.
Okay then.
Is there anything else?
Can you not lock the door?
No.
No, you cannot lock the door.
He just gets up. He's at the
He locks the door.
Yeah.
Oh, how rude.
Okay. Time just passes. You get a meal in the evening. You get a meal after a few hours. So you assume it must be sort of in the evening. The room is lit by like candles and stuff like that. The night part, you get a bit tired, so you're like, well, might as well sleep. It's quite difficult to tell time on the ship without any external daylight. Neo just sort of settles into the long haul. He sleeps. He sort of tends to his equipment, stuff like that. Is there anything else you want to do?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, nothing with Arwen?
I'm scared that I'm gonna need my spell slots.
Okay. Yeah. So you estimate 2 nights have passed. Sort of around sometime in the morning of maybe the 3rd day, but you're not quite sure. The meals didn't seem so regular enough to pass time, but they were not so far between you end up starving or anything like that. There's this big sort of call goes up and sort of land ho, and shouting and stuff like that. And you hear the sound of footsteps approaching, the door opens, and sort of 4 or 5 orcs walk inside. One of them is the captain. It's like, so we have arrived. We have another day's travel ahead of us. I'm afraid it gives me no pleasure to do this, but you must be blindfolded. I have my instructions.
For what? Why?
My orders are you are not allowed to see where you are traveling. I am to deliver you to the entrance.
This seems a bit over the top, if I may say so.
Will you consent to this? and like two of the orcs behind are like holding like like hoods to put over your head, like bags to put over your head so you can't see, to, like properly like blindfold you.
This feels like an ambush. I'm not. I don't trust people. No.
I mean, you can make an
You're
insight
not
check.
putting a bag over my head. No, she wouldn't.
You can make an insight check. Do you want to see how genuine
I mean, she still won't allow anyone to put a bag over her head.
As far as you're saying, they're being 100% honest. And Neo will, he will consent quite happily to it. Sort of like, well, if this is what we got to do, this is what we got to do. And like stand up and be like ready to be bagged.
Hand me the bag.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like he pretty much like holds his hand up for it, and it's like he takes it. And it's just like, kind of like looking at you like, well.
Fine. This is not within her character.
I mean, well, you can,
But she just wouldn't do it. She'd put up a fight.
Okay, I mean, you can put up a fight if you want.
Cool. She's saying no.
Okay, well, he's like, well, I cannot allow you to leave, because I cannot allow you to see.
But I haven't seen anything. Unless you have a sign that says welcome to wherever we are, I'm not going to know where we are. Do you have a sign saying welcome to insert name of island here?
We have another day's overland to travel to go. And
you want me to have a bag over my head for an entire day?
You
yes
will
or no?
Be led astray.
Yes or no?
You will ride.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
We have horses to ride. You will be perfectly safe.
You want me to have a bag over my head for an entire day? Yes or no?
Yes.
No, it's not happening.
Then you will not leave here.
I will. No. Have you got like a carriage for a horse, like a little cart thing for a horse?
No.
No.
You will get to see horses because you will.
What are you going on then? You're just walking.
Will walk on foot.
Oh, this is
leading the horses so you do not go astray.
Oh, the possibilities. If I knew I was coming. Okay, what happens when we get there?
Then
to the place?
You will be admitted entrance. It is up to you to make your way through inside.
But what are you going to do?
We will return to the ship. This is our understanding. You do not wish to return with us. You have the final destination is not Denderport again.
Okay. Ugh. Can I just look where I'm going, please?
This is forbidden. We have our orders.
Can I put my hands over my eyes?
Only if you will permit us to bind them over your eyes so you cannot see.
Oh my god. What if I sleep the entire time?
How would you do this?
I'm quite good at sleeping.
This is no magical sleep then.
No, I just like to sleep.
This will not work. The sort of like 2 or sort of like 3 or 4 even like sailors with him seem to be getting slightly more agitated the longer you argue.
Oh, fine. Put the thing.
Celebration music as she agrees.
Exactly.
But she's forced into a corner against her will because she really doesn't want to do this, but she's got no choice.
Absolutely. She now has a grudge. Let me write this down. Grudge against orcs.
Wow, all orcs.
Yep. Orcs. Especially that captain.
That captain. Oh, I'm glad you know who it is then.
You didn't say a name.
You didn't ask a name.
Oh. What's your name? So I can write it on my hand. The hand of shame.
Your hand of shame? There's my NPC list. Let's pick a lovely name.
It better not be a sweet name, because this man is mad, a bad man. Gonna blindfold me.
My name is where is it? An accent. Det är bara ihop faktiskt det är.
What did you just
Hold on, I'm trying to get the accent back.
It was kind of Eastern European. Yes, Dracula. There you go.
My name, I am Captain Gethin.
Gethin?
Yes, Gethin.
Yes. I have a grudge against Gethin.
Wow.
Cool. Carry on, Gethin.
Well, okay, so the guy would come over and he'd be like, it kind of gives you looks like, you gonna do this or am I gonna have to do this?
No, I'm gonna do it.
Okay, like, hand it to you.
Or I'll fight you. It's over my head.
So they'll, like, you know, they'll, like, take you by the arm, not, like, roughly, just to, like, guide you so you don't, like, you know, walk into things. And they'll lead you out. Yeah, and you can, as you get out, as you get above deck, some of the sunlight starts like coming through, and you know it's like that thing when you've got a piece of cloth over your face. You can't see, but you know you can see like the light and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, you can tell which way's up and down and determine the land from the sky and stuff. And they'll like lead you out and onto like down the boards of the ship, and you feel like sand under your feet, and then like grass. And then like they help you mount up, and you can hear like behind you Neo is the same. It's like 2 horses, and they'll like put your hands out, and you like fumble, and you can like feel like reins, and they'll like help you up into the saddle and stuff like that. Unless you don't want help.
Oh no, I know my way around a horse. I'm fine.
All right, make a dexterity check to mount a horse blindfolded without help.
Please be good. Oh, please, this will be so... Oh, Jesus Christ.
So you sort of like, you know, go to help you and you sort of like shrug them off. I could do it. And you go to mount the horse and you just put your hands like, you just like try and put your foot in the stirrups and you just like, it's that thing where you miss a step because you like so think you're going to get it and your foot just hits the deck and just poof, face down on the ground and you hear... It's not like outright laughter, but there is a lot of sniggering.
I want to do it again.
You're going to try and mount the horse again?
Yeah.
You don't fall on your face, but you're still not on the horse. Like
I kind of jump.
You kind of like jump and like grab it.
I'm half on.
And the horse is like trying to sort of like buck a little bit because he's not happy with where you are.
I fall off.
Yeah, it bucks you off.
Okay.
And there's this sort of vo, vo, and then you can hear like the sound of like some stroking or someone that tries to calm a horse. Please, let me help you.
I tried jumping on again. I'll let him help me now.
They help you mount the horse. So like on the horse, it's like, hello, here, and like make sure you can like have your feet in the stirrups and the reins, and you're all like good to go. These bags, by the way, have been like they've got like drawstrings around them, so they've not been like cinched tight, so they're like choking, but they've been like pulled a little bit just so they're like snug enough so you can't just like whip it off like a hood.
Mhm.
And there's just sort of like this call of ready, and you know, and it's like multiple shouts back, and sort of like just sort of a little onwards, and the horse is sort of be gentle clip clopping of, or not even, the sound of like feet on, it's like hooves on the road, and you just sort of make your way. It's very boring. There's some sort of there's general chatter around you, mostly in Orcish. Don't know if you speak or not.
No, I don't think so. Nope. Nope.
Yeah, and so you just start making your way. So you reckon by the light it's it was sort of late morning, maybe sort of around lunchtime by the time you stopped arguing and set off. So you spend a few hours in the saddle. It's a bit uncomfortable. The road's quite sort of jarring, not being able to see the ups and downs and things like that. And then at one point you hear a sort of lowing and like holding of horses and stuff like that, and you hear like the sound of like a wagon coming down the road the other way towards you, and there is there's just like a general exchange and sort of some greetings, stuff like that.
In Orcish?
No, in common.
Okay.
Like from the accents, you can sort of think human versus orc and stuff like that. To start off, it seems sort of quite banterous, and then sort of one or two jokes maybe take it a little bit too far, and it starts to get sort of quite aggressive and quite heated.
Wait, who's making the jokes?
They're sort of backwards and forwards. It's like it's like when like people meet and you start sort of like making jokes and stuff like that, and then someone takes it too far, and it suddenly goes from like to someone crosses a line, and then all of a sudden you hear the sound of someone's just like, "You take that back," and then it's like you hear a sound of like a sword being drawn.
It just goes, oh, here we go again.
And then there's all like swords out and stuff like that. And, one person draws it and everyone draws it, and you're just like sat on your horse, and your horse sort of gets a little bit like uncomfortable. You can feel it beneath you. It's sort of like scuffing a foot. It knows what a horse ain't. A horse isn't an intelligent thing, but it's like it can associate swords with not good. It doesn't like the sharp, pointy thing. And then there's just sort of this big, booming voice, like shouts out. It's like, "Oh, don't be such an idiot! Put it away. We won't have. I won't have bloodshed on the road." I don't care, and sort of like this sort of like grumbling. I don't care what he said. You're being paid to do a job, not start fights. And everything sort of seems to settle down, and there's some more like grumbling. Yes, shut up and do as you're told. I said put it, and then it's like, I said put it away. You know, you hear the sound of like swords going back in and stuff like that. And the horse is like led like off the road, like a few paces, and you hear the sound of like these wagon like wheels like tumbling past as it like heads down the road, and then you're like, you know, this sort of this grumbling, and for the first time someone actually speaks like directly to you in common. It's just like, don't know how you stupid travellers in our lands, insulting our country.
Well,
You just don't know anything. You can hear sort of the sound behind you of Neo, like sort of like talking, like, oh, what's going on? Is everything all right? Yeah, and so
I'm not giving them any sympathy. They blindfolded me.
They're having to take you pretty much against their will to a very sacred place of theirs.
Why against their will?
Because they've been ordered to.
They don't have to go in the place.
No, but you're not an orc, and they have to show it to you, and they don't like it.
Aww, boo-hoo.
Yeah, so, oh, I've got a visitor.
Night night.
Good night. I'm in the middle of D&D.
Good. Night night.
Bye.
Bye.
You don't normally come in.
Well, I just wondered when you were busy because I was going to tell you something, but you're busy, so I'll save it
Yes,
until tomorrow.
I did.
Night night.
Night. Anyway. Yeah, so the day passes, and you know, as it's like through your like blindfoldy hood, you can start to see the light start to fade and stuff like that. Yeah, and as you know, as the light fades completely, there's like sounds. You know, everyone like comes to a halt. Your horse is like, you know, tied up, and an orc is sort of very tentatively like, would you like our hands down, or are you going to fall into ground again?
I'm going to fall on the ground again, thank you.
Okay. It's easier to dismount a horse than get on, but I'm going to bet you make a check for it again to see whether you fall off.
Oh, I gracefully jump off.
Oh, you don't even get up. You get up and you stand on the back of the horse.
Oh,
just
yeah.
Sort of like, before you just like, and it's almost like you don't fall at normal speed. Like it's like almost like a trick of the light or something. You just seem to descend in this ethereal manner to the ground.
Oh, yeah.
You just sort of like step off and just and land, and there's like not even like a puff of like dust or anything where your feet touch the ground. You're like, Well, you've got a hood on, so they can't see your face. But it's like there's like such an air there. They know they're being sassed.
I can't see them, but I know they're impressed.
Yes.
They're probably not. They're probably angry, but I know they're impressed.
Yeah. And you're like, you know, led over, and there's like you can hear like someone like strike your flint, and then all of a sudden there's this like flare up of like fire and stuff like that, and yeah, so you like position, and like you can feel like someone's like dumped down next to you. They've had to give him much more help to navigate around the horse. Yeah, that's another natural one for Neo. That's 3 in the session so far.
Oh, nice.
My headphones. That was unpleasant. Didn't need to do that. So yeah, Neo's rolled 3 ones this session, including a 1 to get off his horse.
Nice.
That was a 1 with help, so yeah. So that dumped him down like on a log next to you, and yeah, as fire is going, you can hear the sort of like hustle and bustle. You like hear like the sound of an axe as someone like getting more firewood, stuff like that.
Are we there yet?
No,
Or
no, you will be there in the morning.
if I have to keep this hood on while I sleep, I'm not being smothered.
No,
Let me take it off. It's dark. I can't see a thing.
It is, yes.
I'm not going to mention I have night vision, but
Well, night vision only works up to like 60 feet.
I can still see them.
Well, it's not like normal sight. Night vision, everything is like grey and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't know one forest from the next.
Yeah, like
But
or the dark vision, you know, you can see
Yeah,
in
dark
dim
vision,
light
right.
up to 60 feet as if it were bright light, and in darkness as if it were dim light. You can only discern colour. You can't discern colour in darkness, only shades of grey.
yeah.
So, you know, if someone like undoes the hood and like pulls it off, and you're sat around this like little campfire with sort of like you're with sort of like 7 or 8 different orcs, including the captain, it seems, and yeah, including the captain, and I will get the end of the sentence out once I figure out what it is, because it's just wandered off halfway through saying it. Yeah, it's dark. There's a small campfire just sort of spreading light in this sort of about 20 foot radius. But other than that, it's sort of like there's a couple of like sort of like a little copse of small trees. But other than that, you can't see very far, but you can sort of detect that it's this sort of like open-ish plain. You know, and sort of like you can make out the distinction, like there's a few stars in the sky, so you can make out the distinction between like the hills, which is just pure black in the distance on the horizon, against the like starry sky above it and things like that. And the captain is sort of like, once again, my apologies for this, but I have my instructions. I think they will stretch so far as to allow you to travel the morning without the hood.
Oh, hallelujah.
We are far enough away now that I do not believe it will matter. You know, they'll like offer you some food and some drinks, and like it seems they brought along. There's like like a wineskin going around, but it's like seems quite strong. Like a couple of them sort of like take like a big gulp, you can see, and then they're like sort of. It's even though these like hardy folk, and one of them will like as it comes round, one of them will pass it to you.
Oh.
Do you take a drink?
Yes.
Okay. Big drink, little drink.
Big one.
Okay. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Please, 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 please. No.
Alright, so
Why must it be this way?
so you take like a big sip, and this stuff burns. It's like the most potent thing you've ever had. Yeah, and so it really it just burns going down, and it's like you're like coughing and spluttering, and it's like it's like when you get something like in the back, like you get a drink and it goes like up your nose, and you can like feel it, and your nose is like, and you're like your eyes are watering, and you've like bright red, and they're just laughing, you know. But yeah, and you feel yourself like this, like your face like flushes a little bit as like the alcohol enters your system. And it's like, and Neo's sort of like next to you, like fucking hell, Jesus. You still got it. What do you do?
I've still got it.
You still got the skid, yeah. What do you do with it? Did you pass it on? Are you gonna drink again?
I'm gonna do it again.
You're gonna do it again. as you like go, there's this sort of almost like this cheer as you like go to take another sip, make another Constitution saving throw.
Oh no, not dexterity.
Oh, this one's much better. You're much more prepared for this.
Yay!
And you take this like big swallow, and you're like, you know, a big gulp in your neck, and it just like goes down. It still burns, but you hold it together much better. And they're like, this is like, ooh, they're like quite impressed. It seems.
Yes, that's what I wanted.
Neo,
Right now, I'll pass it to Neo.
Neo,
Peer pressure.
Neo, peer pressure. Neo, what's his Constitution +1? So Neo takes like that's a 15. He's alright. He like takes it and he's sort of like takes it like pretty well, it seems, like, you know, and just like passes it like quickly though. He doesn't want it twice. Passes it along.
Show off.
Yeah, and you can see like it's almost like it's having quite a weird effect on him. His eyes in the darkness, you can see, seem to like glow quite brightly.
Spooky.
Yeah, so it's just like, he's got like quite, maybe it's just like his eyes like quite wide or whatever, but it seems like he seems to have been like buzzed quite quickly off this. He's just sat there. But you know, food, like, you know, it's skin goes round, you know, food, like bowls and like food comes out, like, you know, that little thing gets put over the fire, like a cooking pot like hung on a little tripod and stuff, you know, like water gets poured in, like bits of meat or like chopped up veg and stuff like that. All that sort of thing. Yeah, and the night just passes away. Most of the orcs sort of tell stories and things like that. One of the orcs like sits at your side, and yeah, she sort of chats to you. Just like just sort of general chit chat. Tries to get to know you a little bit, like if you'll be like, you know, depends on like how like open and stuff you are, as to like how much the conversation, you know, like are you going to be like open with her? Is the conversation going to flow? Or are you going to be like quite closed off? And you'll be like
closed off and quite blunt. Like I'll talk to her, but not reveal like much. Like I'll tell her my name.
Yeah.
And I'll listen to her, but I won't really say anything.
No, fair enough. I mean, yeah. So if you're sort of like quite closed off, she doesn't really say that much more to you. Then she'll just sort of, yeah. And it seems like, you know, they're sort of just like telling stories and joking, mostly in Orcish, so you don't really understand all. Neil at one point will sort of lean across and be like, what are they saying? And she'll like, this one is a story about Kavran herself and how she molded the orcs from the water and how we came to be.
Fun.
And then, you know, like a few more minutes go by and someone else starts telling a story and she sort of starts translating it, like at Neo's request, as he's like, oh, what, you know, and he's trying to be a little bit more like sociable. This is the story of the trickster. I don't think of a story that's in my head. Fuck. This is the story of the trickster who stole a man's boat from him. I left him stranded on an island, and how the man built a raft, and how he found the land, and he survived on the island, and he persevered, and he got back, and when he got back, he killed the trickster. Only the trickster is immortal, and he came back, and he killed the man, and it is a story, one of the stories we tell our children about vengeance, and how when you step on the road to vengeance, dig 2 graves, one for you and one for your enemy. And it's off, yeah, going on. And then, after sort of a couple of hours, everyone sort of starts turning in, like unrolling bedrolls and stuff like that. And yeah, like a couple of them sort of stay up. They seem to be like the watch and stuff like that. Sort of stand by the sand, sort of, they get up and start sort of like patrolling a little bit further away from the campfire and things like that. Yeah, you guys are left to find your own spots. You've got all your gear and stuff, so you can sort that out. Find a nice patch of ground to lie on. And just pass the night away. You have a relatively alright night's sleep. Yeah, and then you wake up in the morning. When you wake up in the morning, you've got a reasonable headache going on, sort of quite early, and you're awoken by the sound of like hustle and bustle and things like that. There's some cooking going on. The general sounds of people like waking up and stuff like that. But yeah, you guys are kind of left to your own devices. You're given some food when the food's ready. Most of them sort of generally ignore you. They're perhaps a little bit more friendly with Neo. Maybe exchanging a word or two with him, but most people are a bit standoffish with Arwen and stuff. And
whatever would that be?
Who could say? But yeah, and then after sort of an hour or so of or half an hour, everyone being like up and about, everyone like starts they pack up, everyone gets ready, and you're on your way again. The morning passes, uneventfully. You can see nondescript hills around you. There's not many trees. There is a rough road. It's not like a proper road. It's more just like this seems to be the worn path through the area between. So you've got like grass on the other side, and it's just like just a muddy, like sandy sort of rut in the road. As it goes. And so you spend a couple of hours walking. Away in the distance, sort of throughout the morning, there is this one sort of slightly distinct hill that you seem to be working towards. And as you get close, you can see sort of in the base of the hill, there is this stone archway, like embedded into the side of it. But yeah, you get close, and eventually you arrive. So the captain is just like, well, here you are. This is where we leave you.
Okay. Can I take this horse?
No.
No. What?
This is my horse. This is Meadow. Like stroke a horse.
Oh. Okay. Bye then.
Yeah, they just sort of like wait. They're kind of like, well, you going in. You can't really see very far into it. It just seems like this long stone tunnel. But there is this like these words that seem to be carved over the top of the over the top of the doorway. But they are in a script you cannot read.
They're probably in Orcish, aren't they?
You can ask.
I'll get Neo to ask because they don't like me.
So, what do you say to Neo?
Can you ask them what that says, please? Thank you very much. Because they like you and not me.
He'll just say, well, I can read it.
Oh. Okay. What does it say? And what is it in? What language?
That's not Orcish. That's infernal. And it'll say, it says, "All ye who enter here, be careful of what you truly fear. If you seek beneath these floors a treasure that you haven't earned, beware the doors, you might get burned."
Ooh.
It's like
Fire.
which like, what's the closest translation? It's a bit, it rhymes a bit better in infernal.
Fair enough. Cool. Can't wait for the flames. Let's go.
So you make your way inside, and it just seems to be this long, straight corridor, and it slopes down like beneath the hill, sort of gradually. Yeah, so you just head inside. There's no light source or anything, so once you're sort of out of range of the doorway, it gets pretty dark. You can't see very far in front of you. And you just sort of make your way near, sort of at your side, maybe like a half step behind you, letting you lead. Yeah, and so you just make your way. And after sort of maybe not very long, maybe a minute or so, you reach a stone door that fills the corridor in front of you.
Cool. Is it closed?
Yeah. It's shut.
Can I try and open it?
Yeah. So as you go up to it and you put your hand on it, the door, as you touch the door, there is this burning sensation in your hand, and the door then magically swings back on itself, and this rune appears on the back of your hand, and Neo sort of hisses, and it seems like something has magically affected him as well.
Any idea what this is, Neo?
And he's no, I have never seen this before. I do not know what this. It's not a word. It's just some sort of symbol.
Okay.
I wonder if we're bound to this place.
Oh, that's wonderful. Can't wait to exist here for eternity.
Well, they did say it was some sort of trial. Maybe we're bound to complete it.
That's fine. Let's go. Bring it on.
And you find yourself in this room.
Fancy. Where am I? I'm there.
You're at the bottom there.
Oh.
So you find yourself on this platform. All around you, you can see in front of you are other platforms, and they sort of rise as they get ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
So they rise up again. So the first two are the same. The first two rows are the same height as the platform you're on, and the next ones are a few feet above them, and the next two are a couple of higher still, and the next ones are higher still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then there's this liquid, this sort of clear liquid in the bottom. You can see sort of like a 5-foot drop down into this pool underneath.
Okay. Is there anything else around, or is it just?
As far as you can see, it's just this room. I mean, you can investigate.
Oh yes, that's definitely something I should do before I jump onto them. Well, there's stones.
As far as you can see, it's just this room and all these platforms.
Uh, should we just stand on them?
Yeah, you'll have to like jump across.
Yeah.
And you've got
Athletics or
yeah.
acrobatics?
Well, it's more of a like an athletic thing, I think. To like
Excellent. That's good.
yeah. So to put it simply, you're going to have to make like you can jump the distance, no problem, but you need to make like a check to so you can get to these ones here, which are level, no problem. But you're like once you're like going, you're like trying to jump up as well. So you've got to make so that's where the check comes in to try and like grab.
Okay.
Sure, because you've got to like go up. So you make it fine onto the first one. Yeah, you should be able to move yourself. Yeah, and so you go to the next one.
Do I do another athletic?
You can do the first set fine because you can.
Oh, okay, so I'm actually just hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're like trying to jump up.
Haha.
Yeah, that's fine.
Kapow.
What I'm actually going to do is have Neo go alongside you. Yeah, he's fine. So make another athletics check.
Oops.
Ooh, that's a 9. So
sorry, I accidentally rolled twice.
So as you go to leap to this platform, you like slip a little bit, or like the edge like crumbles under your foot, and you don't catch the platform, or you don't like get enough height to get on top of the platform. Make a dexterity saving throw. Okay, you manage to catch yourself before you drop completely into the liquid below, so you're like hanging like from the edge, or like you're like hanging like a little bit below the edge. So I'll make another check for Neo. Oh, Neo massively botches the jump, but he also manages to catch himself. So he's like here, like hanging from the edge, and you're like, I think you're basically in the same position. You're both like you've both gone to make these jumps and you haven't succeeded.
Oh, okay.
And so you're like hanging like just above this liquid, because you've managed to like grab on before you've properly plunged down. So you now need to make an athletics check to climb back up, which Neo does fine. Yeah,
so I am fine.
Climb back up, and then it's another athletics check to jump the gap. That one's fine. Neo is fine. And then basically, yeah, just another series of checks. Oh, make a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't think.
So low. Actually, no, well, 12. So you
12 isn't good.
No. You jump, and this time you don't manage to 5, 10, 15. You don't manage to catch the edge, and so you fall and you land in this liquid at the bottom. And you take 3 acid damage. As this like this liquid like burns your flesh. And so it's an athletics check to climb like out and back up again. It was fine.
Oh god.
So you managed to drag yourself like out of the water, out of the acid, but you're like effectively stuck, like holding on. Yeah, and so you need like a bit of help. So Neo's gonna have to make the jump. Or what's he gonna do? Is he gonna jump? Or
he doesn't have to make a a check for the jump sideways?
That is true. It's the same level, so he can jump sideways, and he'll like reach down to try and help, and he'll give you advantage to try and climb up again because he can like grab onto your arm or something. There you go. So the two of you are sort of like squidged on this platform. So one of you, because you're like so close together, you haven't got the standing room. So he will offer to move off, so you've got enough space to jump forwards again. But he'll have to make a check because the conditions are tight. He's fine.
Or do I have to?
No, because he's the one jumping off.
Oh, he gets. Okay.
So now you can both like start moving your way forwards again.
Ooh.
Oh, that's absolutely fine. Neo's fine. You both make it forwards.
What a beautiful jump I just did.
Go again. It was a lovely jump. That's a nice jump also.
Is that a high platform as well?
Yeah. Oh, Neo.
Oh, really? At the end, I'll help him up.
He does manage to catch the edge, so you can just help him climb up.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that hurt.
Yeah, so a series of jumps and things, and you can, as you get to the other side, the door, which was seemingly closed, opens automatically.
Nice.
And you enter another room. Let me find my notes. Okay, standing in. So you're standing in a room very similar to the one you were in, except it's all level and there's no holes in the floor. Let me actually just move you onto here. So it's a very it's a very empty room, and standing in front of standing in front of the door is 4 statues. There is a woman in a flowing dress, an armoured figure with a helm covering their face, a little girl, and an old man hunched over with age leaning on a stick. On either side of the room are 2 extremely realistic looking paintings. One depicts a coronation with a priestly figure in robes raising a crown to lower it onto the head of a kneeling woman. Knights and warriors stand around in clean, bright, shining armour, while a crowd cheers in the background. The other shows an old couple sitting on a porch of a simple wooden house, watching 2 young children play in the grass nearby.
What was that?
Yeah.
Is that? Oh, okay. I'm gonna look at the. Can I investigate the paintings?
Yeah.
Just to like see if there's anything else I can get from it. Oh, but no.
Neo also got a. Actually, he got a 7 because he's got a -1 to intelligence. Yeah. So they look like incredibly realistic paintings.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Yeah, there's just like a beauty and like an almost ethereal depth to them.
Nice. I'm gonna take a step forward and see if anything happens.
No, it looks fine. This room is a little bit bigger than on the map than it really needs to be. But I figured.
I take these steps forward and see if anything happens.
Nothing happens as you walk down the room. You sort of like between the two paintings now. They're probably on the walls in the middle. They're very large, very large scenes.
Are the statues like here?
Yeah,
Here,
yeah. The statues are
like that.
yeah. If you want, I can put like a marker down.
Just put like a blob. It's fine. Like a red dot.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, I'm going to investigate that one.
Yeah.
Ooh, hoo, hoo.
Yeah. Party. Yeah. As you get close to the door, actually, an inscription lights up on the door. I'll get back to the investigation check in a minute, and it reads. Well, to start off with, it seems to like light up, and you can't read it. But then it seems to shimmer and shift in the air, and then it turns into a text you can understand. And it reads: "The maiden's mantle, proud and fair, sits upon her flowing hair. The knight stands tall and strong, shields others against those who do wrong. They might appear frail and old. Life grants wisdoms as events unfold. Youth and innocence, in these you'll find. A child needs nothing but to be kind." And what order are the statues? Did I say the statues were in?
That's the girl, I think.
A woman, an armored knight. Yeah, so that's the little girl. So the little girl is just sort of seems to be standing there, smiling quite happily, with her hands sort of cupped in front of her, almost like forming a little bowl. I'll just do that one for all of them. The armored figure is sort of standing there. They've got an empty scabbard on one hip, and they've got like a hand raised with nothing in the hand on the other side, and they've got like, and then their other arm is like out. It's just like out at their side. The statue of a woman in a flowing dress. She's sort of sat on a high backed chair. That's got this sort of like quite elegant carved shape to it, and she sort of has that with her, like has her hands sort of just together in front of her, and sort of like almost folded in her lap, and the old man leans on one stick, but seems to be looking at his other hand that's almost like offered up as if to take something.
Are those people in the paintings, those people on the statues?
You could maybe draw a resemblance, but there's no...
But they're not the same.
They're not perfectly the same. They seem to be more of a figurative resemblance than a literal... But it's like, there's a little girl in the picture, and there's a little girl there. There's a woman being crowned in one picture, and there's a woman sat there. There are knights in one picture, and it looks like there's a knight here. There's also an old guy in the other picture, and there's an old guy here. So you can draw similarities, but...
Okay. I don't know what I'm meant to do. I'm gonna walk up to the... Is the door closed?
Yeah, the door is closed.
So it's an empty room, except from 2 pictures and 4 statues.
Yes. Neo will sort of like wander over, just like have a look at them and say something like, "It looks like they want something."
I, do I? I don't. Oh, wait. What did I roll on the investigating the pictures?
Investigating the room, you got like an. In general, you got like an 8. You can examine each picture individually.
I'm gonna touch it.
As you go to touch it, your hand like passes into the scene, like through this
That's what I wanted.
Shimmering. And as you get close, you can see this sort of like there's almost like it's almost like a static image. Like it's like a magic eye like puzzle thing where you look at it and things like seem to be moving even though they're not. So the trees almost appear to be slightly blowing in the wind. Like there's an owl like in flight, but it's like, is that flapping its wings or no? It's just is that move? No, it's just when you like focus on it, it's still, it's stationary, but it's you know, like when it's like in the corner of your eye, it seems like it's like gliding on the breeze.
Okay. Can I go into it, or is it just like reach into it?
You can just like reach into it, and it's almost like your arm is like it doesn't have the same depth. So you don't have to like reach all. You don't have to be able to like reach the roof of the building if you want it to like touch the roof of the building, but you can, you know, because you can see it, you can like reach it. So you could touch like the mountains behind, and they feel like cold because there's snow there. And you could like touch the trees and like feel the leaves on the trees and stuff like that. Okay,
there's a man, isn't there?
Yeah, this is the picture of the old couple. They're sort of like sitting
rocking.
It? Yeah, this is the one with the little children, the 2 old people sitting in front of the house, and the little children like playing in the field. You know.
What does he have in his hand?
He's doing like a little like wood carving. It's like half
finished. I want it. I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, you can like take it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to the man.
It looks like some form of bird, but you're not really sure what it is because it's only half finished.
I'm gonna give it to.
Well, actually, make an intelligence check to see if you can work out what it is. Actually, make a nature check because it does relate to animals. Okay, you're pretty confident that this is the this man is like this is like a half-finished owl carving. You can sort of make out the distinctive shape of the beak and things like that. And you with your rangery knowledge think you know what this is.
Okay, I'm taking it out and I'm giving it to the man. Okay. Wait, is he holding out his hand to take something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm giving it to the man.
So you give him this little this half-finished, unfinished carving.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then what else is in the picture?
There's like an owl flying above. The children are like playing just playing together in the fields. You know.
What about the old? Was there an old woman?
The old woman, yeah, she's like knitting. It seems. You know, she's got this like ball of yarn, and she's just like knitting this. It's just a shapeless form. Like it doesn't have any. She's not so far along that it's a distinct enough item of clothing yet.
Oh wait, can you write in the thing the thing that you said was on the wall or above the door?
Yes.
Please, thank you. I just remembered that's a thing.
The maiden's mantle, proud and fair, sits upon her first one. Knight stands tall. Strong. Shields.
So she needs the crown. He needs a sword.
Wrong.
Next, that's 12.
Might
Sharp
appear.
Oh. Oh no, he just needs the.
Old. Old. Life grant with as events unfold. And then
Might appear around life grant.
Not sure that's how you spell it.
Yes.
Yes.
He needs the bird.
Youth and innocence.
No. Child.
A child needs nothing but to be kind. Okay. There you go. There are the lines. Right, take my jump off 1 second.
Okay. Yes. Okay, no, I'm going to go into the other one at the moment. This one over here.
Okay. Yeah. This
I
is
want
the picture of the coronation, it seems.
Yeah. I want the crown.
Okay. Yeah, you can just reach in and just take it from the priestly looking figure's hands.
Cool. And it's going on her, given to her.
Yeah.
And then this guy, does in the picture, what's he got?
There's a bunch of knights and stuff standing around.
What have they got?
They've got some have got shields, some have got swords, some have got there's a row of them obviously ceremonial guards. They're all standing there with big spears with pendants on them. They seem to be forming this surround, and then further back, sort of a ways back behind them is this cheering crowd, it seems. And again, it's that thing when you're not looking directly at them, they almost seem to be moving and cheering, and there's this sort of blossom in the air and stuff. When you're not looking directly at it, it seems to be cascading to the ground. But the moment you look at it, it freezes in place.
Right, he's getting a shield.
Okay.
What's the kid one? I don't know. Youth and innocence needs your fun. Child needs What? Tell me again what's in the painting?
Which one?
The one over here.
So it's it's a scene of a house. There's these two old people sat on the porch. These two sort of young kids, you probably expect maybe grandkids, are running through this field, sort of just outside the house. It's like a sort of setting sun picture. So the sky is this orangey colour. There's mountains in the background, and you can see sort of a few animals dotted about. There's an owl flying overhead. You can maybe catch the glimpse of a deer or something on the other side. A few other small woodland creatures dotted about. I mean, there's a squirrel in a tree, a rabbit on the ground, something. A few animals. So yeah, there's owl, deer. Something.
If I take the owl out,
yeah,
is it a real owl?
No, it turns into a static.
Okay,
it's
right.
A little So you reach in and you pull the owl out of the air. It doesn't become a live owl. It becomes like a very lifelike model.
I give
stone model.
the owl to him.
You're giving the
and
owls to him.
Yeah.
And taking out the
carving to her.
Okay. What order do you do things in?
Oh, the queenie lady, the soldier.
Yeah. So the queen and the soldier have theirs. So do you describe exactly what you do to the old man? The old man is currently holding the carved figure.
Well, I take that out of his hand.
Okay.
And put the owl in his hand.
The doors flare with light when you put the owl in his hand, and then they seamlessly or like soundlessly open.
Oh. Okay. She didn't want anything. Cool, bye.
The child needs nothing but to be kind.
Oh. Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
And you find yourself, that's not changed it, I need to do all that. There you go. You find yourself standing in this room this time.
Are they Jesus statues?
They may or may not have been Jesus statues. It's very difficult to find a statue with its arms out that doesn't look like a Jesus statue.
Jesus.
I'll give you the notes for this one because this. Okay, that's that one. Alright, so in this room there are 7 statues. You can see there's 4 on either side and 3 in the middle. Just in front of you, like high above you, shining down, there is a single point of light, of white light, just sort of shines down, almost like a little spotlight. Yeah. Above the door on the far side, you can see that there are 3 stones, like 3 massive, like glass or gem look like stones inlaid above. One is purple, one is green, and one is orange. The 3 statues in front of you, they look sort of like wizards or mages or something like that, and they're standing just standing there with their arms like straight out to the sides and their palms pointing to the sides, their fingers pointing up.
Yeah.
And then the 8 statues like around the edge, they all have these distinctive coloured shields. They seem to be this weird like crystalline material almost, rather than like traditional like steel or anything like that.
Okay. The light.
Yes.
Can I move the light?
How would you move the light?
I don't know. I don't know what was. Is it just there?
This light like comes down from a source and like points down. Yeah, so it just like hits the floor in like a single point from high above you.
Can I? Oh God. Okay, right. Can I move? Ooh. Am I supposed to be able to do this?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Right. Color order. It was purple.
Purple, green, and orange.
Purple, green, orange. Purple, green, orange. Purple, green. Hold on. Purple, green, orange. Don't look at my spelling. Oh no, it's...
There's an A in orange, not an I.
Oh. I'm surprised I spelled purple right, to be fair. Okay, purple is the blue and the red. And then the green is the yellow. and a blue. Like,
See if I can find
yeah, of course it is. And then orange is this. Right, and then these white ones. Do these like reflect if I put it under it?
Yeah, so you can figure out that these statues move quite easily on this floor. But even though it's this huge stone statue, it doesn't actually
Oh wait,
take
that moves.
this massive effort to move. And you can also figure out by examining the statues that you can like rotate the shields and stuff on their arm to like change the angle. And yeah, when you put it like under this light, it like bounces off in a single beam.
Which way is it bouncing?
You can direct it any way you want.
Okay, I want it to go to here.
Okay, so let me just get this on. So the light,
Oh no, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't.
you don't want it to bounce to the.
I want it to bounce to here, and then this one to bounce all the way through. Oh wait, that's not gonna work. I don't know. What am I doing?
So as you position the statues, so as this one, this one. Oh, hold on. No, this is going to take a while because it's hard to draw.
Wait. Can I move all of these things around?
Everything can move.
Okay, hold on. I'm not good at angles, but like we'll find it. It's fine.
I mean, I won't be like forcing it to be like tight. Like the angle is not perfect. It doesn't work. We can draw like curvy lines and be like the light just.
The light refracts. It's fine. Refract? Yeah.
Reflects in this instance.
No, refracts is the one where it bends.
Refracts is the one where it changes angle going through a surface.
Yeah, so it's going to refract, not reflect.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll draw like a curved line in the air. Light doesn't like curve in the air. It goes in straight lines, but...
Yeah. Okay, right. This thing is going to go up to here.
So
right?
where are you angling the light?
Hold on, I'm going to draw it. Okay. It's going to go whoosh.
So you're bouncing it off this guy into the guy with the red shield?
Yeah. Oh wait, is that a man?
Yeah, these are all like figures holding
holding
shields.
We'll see what happens.
Okay.
Oh no, how do I get rid of that?
Okay. So, do you angle it to hit this guy's shield? So you bounce it off this guy in white. Okay, so as the...
Oh, what am I doing?
As the light hits, so the light goes, this white beam hits this guy, and it bounces off this guy's shield, and it becomes a red line. As it hits his shield, it like glows, and then it like goes off red. I'm just gonna delete that because we don't know where it goes yet.
I'm so confused.
I mean, you can do some investigating for some more information if you want.
That's probably a good idea.
Or, well, we can just...
Investigate.
Okay. So, I mean, you've like mainly figured most of the stuff out. The only thing extra that you need to know is these like wizard-looking mages. They have a hole, it seems, in the center of their chest, and you can see that they also have two holes, one in each palm, pointing out to the side.
Huh. Okay. Right. Oh, why must you do that? I didn't mean to do the green line.
That's fine. I will get rid of it for you.
Right. We'll go over there. Let's just chuck it there, there, there. And it goes forwards. It makes orange into his face.
Okay, so you're bouncing the white light. Just draw one sec. So let's just do that for sake of my drawing. Oh, why do you always change colour on me, default? So the light goes up, it hits this, comes off here red to here.
Yep.
And then you're bouncing it off the yellow one into this guy's chest.
Yeah.
So as you bounce it into his chest, no, why have you done that? 2 orange beams of light come out of his hands.
Oh, bloody hell. Okay. I've never done colour theory. Oh, God.
So it seems one beam goes in, and 2 beams come. It splits the light, so it goes off in 2 directions.
Oh, let's chuck this here. What colour's that making?
Whatever orange, whatever the mix of orange and blue is. So it's like a weird sort of a slightly
That's
brown.
A weird. Yeah. I guess I could do that. And then oh wait, that's not going to make any sense. Because then there's going to be loads of weird light going everywhere. And there's a white one just existing.
Neo will say something along the lines of, maybe we need to split the light sooner before it changes colour.
Oh dear lord. Right. Do you want to get rid of all of the colours?
Yeah. So Neo will position this like this.
Bloke.
And then you end up with 2 white beams coming off the sides. And as this one hits this shield, it turns red, and as this one hits this shield, it turns yellow.
Oh, and then the blokes need to be here and... Oh, why was I so stupid?
So you're sending a red beam.
Yeah.
So a red one. Oh, that's not a beam.
That's a square.
That's a box. Freehand, that's what I want. So red beam of light hits here, and a red come out here, and no, allow me to pick a colour, please. And this turns yellow here, and it'll be yellow come out here and here. What's your next move?
This is... Okay, no. Purple. Purple is... Right. Go away. Oh, it needs to go there.
So the red one hits the blue one, and a purple beam comes out. And I'm guessing you angle it to where do you direct it?
Up over here somewhere.
Yeah, so oh come on mouse, please work. Yeah, so that's another sodding square. This would be oh why do you keep changing colour on me? Yeah, I'll just do that for now.
Yeah, that's fine. And then that one's green.
It is indeed. So you get a nice green light come out. Where are you aiming these? Like where do you want
I don't know.
Where do you want them to finish?
I have no idea. I was just trying to make it work.
Okay. I don't know how zoomed in your perspective is, but maybe you need to zoom it out and look at the room as a whole.
Oh, God.
You had a reason to make those colours.
I thought it just said purple, not there was purple.
I described it as having 3 stones or 3 crystals set
yeah.
above the doorway. Which I'm guessing you forgot.
I have a memory of a sieve. Okay, no, I got this. I got it. It's fine.
Alright, so where are you directing these beams?
Hold on. I have got it. This one's irrelevant.
Or this one down here. Oh no, why are you drawing? Don't draw.
Wait.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get rid of this drawing. Because I didn't mean to draw it ping and it drew a little green line. And it annoys me. So that one goes back there. So yeah, so this one here, another yellow beam comes off it.
Yeah, good. And then it goes towards the red one.
Okay.
And then the red one goes towards the orange thing.
Alright.
Ta-da!
So it comes off as yellow to there. Hits the red one and becomes orange. Alright, where are you directing these to finish?
There.
Okay.
No.
So hit the orange one. I'm not going to bother drawing them in because you've got it. And as all these beams of light are directed in, the door just once again like smoothly just opens up.
Hallelujah. That was easy, and I made it needlessly complicated.
Yeah, I think that's the thing though. When you're trying to do it on your own, it's really tricky. So Ben said he was going to be here, and now he's unfortunately ill, which is no one's fault. It's just frustrating. So it's a little bit like, yeah, when you've got people to talk to, you can like bounce ideas off, and they obviously like think of things that you haven't.
I don't mind doing them on my own. I quite like it.
Yeah,
I just
it sort of goes a little bit faster maybe when you.
Yeah.
Also, it means I don't necessarily have to try and give as many hints, which is nice.
You didn't give me that many.
No, which is good. I had to give you more with some of the other ones. With the
door.
talking door. But yeah, no, so you've... as you move... Well, we'll find out what's in the final room. Or the next room. Next time. Because it is 3 minutes to 1/2 past, and I don't want to get into that right now. Also, Ben says he's going to be here next week, so I've got to find a way to somehow write his character into this dungeon.
He magically appears.
Yeah. It's probably going to be a hole in the ground opens up and spits out a... It's a real shame he decided to be a paladin instead of a warlock, because then I could have just been like, yeah, your patron just decides to spit you out here because he thinks that's what you're supposed to be. Stupid Ben and his stupid paladin. I love him, really. Just having an all-powerful, like, patron overlord just makes things easier for a character that's going to drop in and out of the story quite a lot.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh well. Until next week.
Indeed.